Here we go. Okay, so the comparison of core multiplayer in the new Black Ops Cold War versus the core multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2019, because a lot of people I think came back to Call of Duty with Modern Warfare 2019 because that slower, more you could say tactical approach appealed to people who were probably playing Call of Duty quite a long time ago, and people like Battlefield players who wanted that more tactical way of being able to fight and be able to play the game. You know, the fact that you had doors that you could bash through or you could peek through. You know, footsteps were really loud. Mounting guns to kind of really get rid of recoil, so you could hold down particular areas. Do we see this in the new Black Ops Cold War? Well, the answer to that is no. You don't see mounting anymore, and there's no boots. However, I'm fairly certain that if you enjoy Call of Duty core gameplay, you know, standard multiplayer, you're probably going to enjoy Black Ops Cold War. Now, it's a little bit different. You know, Black Ops Cold War has come from Treyarch, so they're very much into the idea of simpler maps, although I think they've gone a little bit more complicated with the maps, especially the ones we've seen in the alpha. And they're really much into kind of a rushing Call of Duty where you're kind of rewarded for being aggressive. And you know, one of the fair criticisms pointed at Modern Warfare 2019 is that it probably rewarded defensive gameplay too much, and I think that might be why I had a bit of a negative impression towards Cold War for the first night I played it, to be honest, because in the alpha all we've got are team deathmatch, domination, kill confirmed, and they added in hardpoint as well, but I haven't actually had many games of that, and I very rarely play those game modes in Modern Warfare 2019. I'm all about the objective game modes, you know, especially domination and hardpoint. Because in those game modes, if you want to win, you have to push the objectives, and it stops people from just staying in corners and camping. So I think it took me a while to get used to playing Team Deathmatch again and Kill Confirmed again. But once I kind of got used to it and kind of got used to the rhythm, and really, especially in Team Deathmatch, the mini-map is everything. Being able to just glance at the minimap and go, okay, that's where my friendlies are. That's the way they're pointing. Therefore, I know that the enemies are going to be probably in this direction, so that you're on high alert in certain directions of the map. And once I got used to that, I had a really good time and did really well as well. You know, I was leading the lobby quite a few times in quite a few of the matches, which was pretty cool. And also, I'm pleased to say I was able to play in the game style that I wanted to play. You know, I didn't have to rush. I mean, in the Black Ops Cold War gameplay scene right now, I'm using the M16, the burst M16 with the 2x on, and I was just, you know, flanking, working my way around the edges, you know, in a similar kind of way that I will play in Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, here I've got I think the M416. I've got 3.5x on it. I think I've got a suppressor, but you know, I'm listening. I'm working the angles. I'm trying to figure out where the enemy are going to be and kind of get round them and kind of get a flank on them. And you can still do that, but you can pick up a submachine gun in Cold War and start running around and sliding around and doing stuff. Now, undoubtedly, there's some problems and changes that Cold War has. I mean, it really shows the fact that this game has only been in development for 2 years. You know, the maps look good, most of them. Well, this map looks particularly good. A few of the ones we've seen, they're a little bit flat, they're a little bit angular, but things like the player models, especially in the menus, look pretty rough. The guns look pretty rough. The animations don't look as good and as smooth as Modern Warfare 2019. You know, so that's a bit of a shame. But the core gameplay is there. Other problems that you have as well is quick scoping. I think when we see the beta, and probably when we see the full game as well, we're going to see them turn down quick scoping, because at the moment people are literally jumping up, sniping, hitting shots and landing back down again. And although that's fun for the people who do it, I think it spoils it for other people as well. And score streaks as well, I think they've got to look at. In Cold War, the score streaks are what we would call a support score streak. So you earn points as you play, and even if you die, those points don't reset. So when it gets near the end of the game, everybody's calling in helicopter gunners or attack choppers, all that sort of stuff comes flying in, and it spoils the fun at the end of the game because you're just getting killed all the time. Whereas obviously in Modern Warfare we had kill streaks where you had to make sure you stayed alive to be able to earn them, which means that people would use them as they got them a lot of the time, and not that many would come in, you know, especially the high-end ones. But after playing a lot more of the alpha, and going back and playing like Team Deathmatch in Modern Warfare, I think these games are probably more similar than I first thought. They are both Call of Duty. Sure, Modern Warfare 2019 is more of the Rainbow Six Siege style, you know, of creeping, checking your angles, flashing first, all that sort of stuff, where Cold War is, you know, you can be aggressive and you can rush forward and you can slide around corners with your submachine gun and take people out that way. But I think we're going to have a lot of fun with both of them, and we're going to have a lot more to see on the full release. I think a lot of polish is going to be going into this game, and we're going to see, you know, different maps, different modes, and I know we did have domination in the alpha for Cold War, but I never got to play it that much. But I can't wait to really play it in the full game, and also get to learn things like the hardcore. Get to learn the hardpoint rotations as well, because hardpoint is something I highly recommend to everybody to play when it's in the full game, because you can learn the rotations, you can get ahead of the game. So there we go. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War core multiplayer versus Modern Warfare 2019 core multiplayer. I think we're gonna be having fun with both of these for, you know, a long time to come. And although it's obvious that Cold War has only had a 2-year development cycle, so it doesn't have as much spit and polish that Modern Warfare did when it came out, I think it's going to be all right. I think we're gonna have a good time. Anyway, that's enough of me. What do you think? You've probably played the alpha. If you have, put your comments down below. I'll leave you with some gameplay now, and I'll see you again soon.